Yo, what's up guys? It's XRAYZ and welcome to a new episode of Gaming Nightmares. Now I know it's been a while, I do apologize for that, but today we're going to be covering a creepypasta around Pokemon Black. A cursed or hacked or some kind of weird, eerie version of Pokemon Red. Now, before we jump into that though guys, if you guys do enjoy the video and you want to see more gaming nightmares in the future, then make sure to slap a like and a favorite on the video. It does get the content out there, helps my channel grow, and it gets me closer to 100k subs. And also, if you guys are new and you don't want to miss any of these episodes, make sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss any content. In the last episode, we covered the Silent Hill Curse. If you guys want to check that one out, a link to that will be down in the description below, as well as an annotation on screen. But with that said guys, without any further ado, let's jump straight into the story. Now, obviously Pokemon is a very whimsical, fun, adventurous story of a game where you go around collecting and catching Pokemon and training them to be the very best. Well, there's one particular scene which is kind of creepy. It's a scene that was kind of removed from the game. It's where a lot of different creepy stories have come from. The story of Lavender Town. The Lavender Town Tone, the one where kids were freaking out and some were committing suicides. Well, at Lavender Town there was also something else. There was a Pokemon tower with a lot of graves. Now when you got to the top, you found yourself with a creepy ghost, an unidentified ghost. And up until this point, you know, we always thought that Pokemon would just faint. That's it, they would faint, you take them back to the Pokemon Center, they're healed, perfectly fine. But it was at this town that we realized that Pokemon can die, and you were at that point assaulted by a ghost. Well, this story revolves around that ghost and an experience that this person had while they were playing through a copy of a game called Pokemon Black. The game started with the familiar Nidorino and Gengar intro of Pokemon Red and Blue. However, the press start screen had been altered. Red was there, but the Pokemon did not cycle through. It also said Black version under the Pokemon logo. Upon selecting New Game, the game started with Professor Oak's speech, and it quickly became evident that the game was essentially Pokemon Red version. After selecting your starter, if you looked at your Pokemon, you had, in addition to Bulbasaur, Charmander, or Squirtle, another Pokemon, Ghost. The Pokemon was level 1. It had the sprite of Ghost that was encountered in Lavender Tower before obtaining the Self Scope. It had one attack, Curse. Another is a real move named Curse, but the attack did not exist in Generation 1, so it appears it was hacked. Defending Pokemon were unable to attack Ghost. It would only say that they were too scared to move. When the move Curse was used in battle, the screen would cut to black. The cry of the defending Pokemon would be heard, but it was distorted, played at a much lower pitch than normal. The battle screen would then reappear, and the defending Pokemon would be gone. If used in a battle against the trainer, when the Pokeballs representing their Pokemon would appear in the corner, they would have one fewer Pokeball. The implication was that the Pokemon died. What's even stranger is that after defeating a trainer and seeing Red receive 200 for winning, the battle command would appear again. If you selected Run, the battle would end as it normally does. You could also select Curse. If you did, upon returning to the overworld, the trainer's sprite would be gone. After leaving and re-entering the area, the spot where the trainer had been would be replaced with a tombstone like the ones at the Lavender Tower. The move Curse was not unusable in all instances. It would fail against ghost Pokemon. It would also fail if it was used against trainers they would have to face again, such as your rival or Giovanni. It was usable in your final battle against them, however. I figured this was the gimmick of the game, allowing you to use the previously uncaptured ghost, and because Curse made the game so easy, I essentially used it throughout the whole adventure. The game changed quite a bit after defeating the Elite Four. After viewing the Hall of Fame, which consisted of Ghost and a couple of very underleveled Pokemon, the screen cut to black. A box appeared with the words, "Many years later." It then cut to Lavender Tower. An old man was standing, looking at tombstones. You then realized this man was your character. The man moved at only half your normal walking speed. You no longer had any Pokemon with you, not even Ghost, who up until this point had been impossible to remove from your party through depositing in the PC. The overworld was entirely empty. There were no people at all. There were still the tombstones of trainers that you used Curse on, however. You could go pretty much anywhere in the world at this point, though your movement was limited by the fact that you had no Pokemon to use HMs, and regardless of where you went, the music of Lavender Town continued on an infinite loop. After wandering for a while, I found that if you go through Diglett's cave, one of the cuttable bushes that normally blocks the path on the other side is no longer there, allowing you to advance and return to Pallet Town. Upon entering your house and going to the exact tile where you start the game, the screen would cut to black. Then a sprite of Caterpie appeared. It was replaced by a Weedle, then a Pidgey. I soon realized as the Pokemon progressed from Rattata to Blastoise that they were all the Pokemon that I had used Curse on. After the end of my rival's team, a youngster appeared, and then a bug catcher. There were the trainers I had cursed. Throughout the sequence, the Lavender Town music was playing, but it was slowly decreasing in pitch. By the time a rival appeared on the screen, it was little more than a demonic rumble. Another cut to black. A few moments later, the battle screen suddenly appeared. Your trainer sprite was now that of the old man. Ghost appeared on the other side along with the words, "Ghost wants to fight." You couldn't use items, you had no Pokemon. If you tried to run, you couldn't escape. The only option was fight. Using fight would immediately cause you to use struggle, which didn't affect Ghost but did chip off a bit of your health. When it was Ghost's turn to attack, it would simply reply with ... Eventually, your HP reached the critical point. Ghost would finally use Curse. The screen would then cut to black a final time. Regardless of the buttons you pressed, you were permanently stuck in this black screen. At this point, the only thing you could do was turn the Game Boy off. When you played again, New Game was the only option, and the game erased the file. I played through this hack game many times, and every time the game ended with the sequence. Several times that didn't use Ghost at all, though he was impossible to remove from your party. In these cases, it did not show any Pokemon or trainers and simply cut to the climactic battle with Ghost. I'm not sure what the motives were behind the creator of this hack. It wasn't widely distributed, so it was presumably not for monetary gain. It was very well done for a bootleg. It seems he was trying to convey a message, though it seems I am the sole receiver of this message. I'm not entirely sure what it was. The inevitability of death? The pointlessness of it? Perhaps he was simply trying to morbidly inject death and darkness into a children's game. Regardless, this children's game has made me think, and it has made me cry. Anyways guys, that is the story of Pokemon Black, and there's actually a playable demo version of this game. You guys have been seeing it on screen this entire time. It's a pretty weird game. You know, there's a lot of, theories and, weird paranoid ideas that, there are glitches in the game where there's Pokemon that were there that are just, messed up sprites, or that you could use the Ghost really by using a glitch or something. And, there's a lot of creepy stuff out there. And this is one of those where it looks like someone just made this ROM hack that was a ghost that would kill other Pokemon. And then you would have to kind of suffer through the realization that you did it to all the trainers, you did it to all the Pokemon, and then at the end of the day, you kind of got your payback. You got karma, came back and it got you when Ghost would kill you. But anyways guys, thank you so much for watching this episode of Gaming Nightmares. If you guys enjoyed it, make sure to slap a like and a favorite on the video. It does get the content out there, helps my channel grow a ton, guys. And of course, if you guys are new and you do enjoy these kinds of videos, Gaming Nightmares, and you want to see more in the future, then make sure to subscribe so you guys don't miss any content. If you guys have any gaming creepypastas that you guys want me to cover, go ahead and feel free to leave it in the comment section down below. And also, I do have official Gaming Nightmare t-shirts at my shirt shop. You guys can check it out. A link is in the description below. They're pretty sick, guys, so go check them out. But until next time, guys, like, comment, subscribe, and make sure I'm out. And keep having nightmares.